Good day, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of our little video series, Top 25 Monopoly Game Spinoffs and or Variants. And we are going to be looking at the top 9 today, so let's get started. Number 9 is Monopoly Tropical Tycoon DVD game. Probably one you haven't really heard of, but here's the gist of the game. The DVD is going to be activated anytime you roll the TV symbol on the die, and it's going to be generating certain events, and it's also going to replace the chance and community chess cards. Now, each of the characters that you're going to be able to choose from has an individual job, and they're going to have certain advantages in the game. Now, on top of the houses and hotels, you're also going to be able to develop casinos, parks, restaurants, and piers, each of which are going to have their own advantages and disadvantages. Now, you're also going to be receiving fortune tokens throughout the game, and once somebody has gone bankrupt or players decide to stop, you're going to count up your fortune tokens, and whoever has the most amount is going to win. Now, I have not played this game, but I can tell you that Tom from the Dice Tower ranked this game as his #1 most underrated game. I've read a lot of reviews on this game, and a lot of people say that this is so much better than just standard Monopoly, that they changed up a lot of the problems that the original Monopoly game had. So we did order this game, and I'm looking forward to giving it a try, but it is Monopoly Tropical Tycoon. Number 8 is a dice game, and it is called Monopoly Express. Now, this game used to be called Don't Go to Jail. So what you got here is a press your luck game. You've got dice that have all the different property colors on there, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to collect sets. So you'll roll the dice, and you'll set some dice aside, and let's say you end up getting both the blues. Well, they have a point value that they're going to be worth, and you can keep on rolling as much as you want. Now, the thing is that there are also 3 police officers on some of these dice, and if you roll 3 of the police officers, you're going to lose all of the points that you earn. There's also dice that represent houses and hotels that will also up the value. So this is just a press your luck game, and it gives you a lot of options when you're rolling. So if you like press your luck games, this is a good one. Number 7 is Monopoly Millionaire, the card game. Now, this is based on the Monopoly Millionaire game, and ultimately what you're trying to do in this card game is you're trying to be the first player to reach $1 million. Now, in the game, you're going to have 3 actions. You'll be able to set aside money cards for your bank. That'll help you get to the $1 million. You can play property cards, and you're also going to have action cards that you can play. And an action card would be charging somebody rent, trying to steal somebody's properties, trying to steal somebody's set of properties. Now, this is a fun game. Now, there is another game called Monopoly Deal that came out before this. I'm going to talk about that game later. It's cool that they have 3 different actions that you can do: laying down property, laying down money, and then playing action cards. And there's several different types of action cards in the game. And this game kind of goes back and forth a lot. Now, a rule that we implement is once you reach the $1 million, you have to survive a full round. This seems a little easy sometimes when you reach the million and there's nothing you can really do about it. So I like to give people that chance. Number 6 is one of my favorite versions of Monopoly, and this is called Mega Monopoly. Now, Mega Monopoly adds 1 property to each of the color groups, so there's going to be sets of 3 and 4 different color group properties. The board is pretty big. It's a size and a half bigger than a standard Monopoly board. This game also has what are called bus tickets, and they're going to help you move around the board some. This is also the first game that had the Monopoly speed die with it, and this is the one where if you roll Mr. Monopoly, you're going to have to resolve 2 of the properties, like the one you land on and then the one that's either unowned or the next one over. This game also has depots for the railroads, so that's going to double the rent for the railroads, and it also has skyscrapers in this game. The skyscrapers are going to jack the rent up even higher. The game plays a lot quicker because of the speed die. I love the bus tickets. I love the skyscrapers. And I like big board games as it is anyway, but this is a really good version of Monopoly. Number 5 is Monopoly Gamer, the Sonic Edition. This is a game all about scoring points. Each of the characters are going to have a couple of special abilities that you'll be able to do, and you're going to be dropping a lot of what are called rings in this game, depending on what you roll on the ability die. And you'll be able to pick up the rings, and the rings will basically count as money. Now, anytime you pass go, you're going to have to fight a boss. And the boss, you're going to have to roll a certain number or higher to beat him, but you'll be able to pick one of your players to help aid you in the fight. And if you're able to defeat the boss, you will go ahead and collect the card that has the points on it, and whoever was your ally is going to collect what's called the Chow token, which also has points. Now, you can get points by collecting the properties. They're worth points. Money denominations will count as points. Anytime you defeat a boss, you'll get points that way. And you're also going to have different emerald tokens on the board, too. So if you defeat a boss, you'll pick up an emerald token, and this will allow you re-rolls the next time you end up having to fight a boss. I'd like this game a lot. I'm a big fan of the game. Gamer series. These are fun, quick games, and Sonic is a good one. I think if you're a fan of the Sonic series or the Gamer series, you're going to like this one. Number 4 is Monopoly Gamer, the Overwatch Edition. Now, the Overwatch Edition has some really, really nice components. You've got 6 pieces that are painted miniatures that you'll choose as one of your tokens, and these are bosses, and the bosses are going to have 2 special abilities. They're also going to be able to choose what are called teammates, and there's a whole slew of teammates you can choose from in the cards, and you'll choose 2 of them. Now, there's 3 different abilities, and each character is going to have one of the abilities. There's one for health, there's one for damage, and then there's one for tank, which will help you move around the board. And your team of 3 is going to have one of each of these. And now the really cool thing is with all the different cards, several characters could say have a healing ability, but they're going to use the healing ability differently. And the same with the other ones. Now, another unique thing is if one of your characters gets knocked out because he ends up taking a lot of damage, you'll actually be able to either respawn him when you pass go or swap him out with another character. And you can actually swap out everybody except the bosses. I really like this game a lot. I don't play Overwatch, but I really like the way they have these cards to where they have these different abilities, and then each character uses the abilities differently, so you can kind of choose which one you think is going to help you. Really, really nice components, really nice artwork. Number 3 is the original Monopoly Gamer, and this is the one that features Mario and all of his friends. And just like the other gamers, you're going to be playing for points. Each of the characters are going to have different abilities. You're going to be dropping a lot of coins in this game, and the coins, again, are going to count for money, and you'll be picking them up. And again, whenever you reach go, you're going to battle a boss. Now, this is the game that started the original series, and it's a good game in its own right. It got ranked here, just I believe because more people have played this version on Board Game Geek. Personally, I probably rank this maybe 1 or 2 lower just because they have some newer games, but still a classic, Monopoly Gamer. Number 2 is another Monopoly Gamer, and is my favorite of the series, and is Monopoly Gamer Mario Kart. This pretty much plays, again, like Monopoly Gamer, where you're going to be collecting cards. In this one, you're going to be doing races anytime you pass go, and people will be able to pay to race. And depending on when you place, you'll actually get a prize. The first person will get the card, and then he'll get a reward, and so will number 2 and number 3. And one unique thing they have is the 2-player rule, where you actually be able to choose 2 cars to use, and you'll basically choose which one goes first and which one goes second, and you'll be able to alternate and things of that nature. Really enjoyed this version of the game. I was a big fan of Mario back in the day, and Mario Kart is something my wife loved a lot. I just love this version. It's just a lot of fun. And finally, number 1 is a card game, and it is called Monopoly Deal. Now, this game pretty much plays like Monopoly Millionaire Deal, but the difference is that you're trying to collect 3 sets of properties as opposed to trying to collect a lot of money. You'll be able to do the 3 actions again. You'll be able to play money in the bank. You'll be able to play properties, and you'll also be able to play different action cards, similar to Millionaire Monopoly Deal. Now, I like this game better just simply because it's harder to get those 3 properties because people can steal your properties, they can steal your money. And I forgot to mention that if you really want to be mean, you can force somebody to pay like a lot of rent, and if they don't have a lot of money, then they're going to have to give up their properties too. So you could like literally almost bankrupt what they have. But this is a really, really good game. It's a great back and forth game, and it's a game that I certainly enjoy, and a lot of card gamers enjoyed this game too. They did a really good job with it. So that is number 1. Okay, folks, that does it for us for this series. I hope you all have a great day. Keep on gaming. We'll see you later.